the greatest monsters to ever been seen. Nearly 100 years ago on the silver screen, Frankenstein, Dracula, Wolfman, and more are brought to you from stories of yore, paving the way for scary movies now. Listen in, and we will tell you how. Turn up the volume and grab your beer. Come with us for some old school fear. Happy Hour Podcast, first week of spooky, as we talk Universal Monster movies.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Happy Hour Podcast and the first episode of Happy Hour-ween. In week one of this, we are diving into the Universal Studios Monsterverse, and we are joined by a very special guest, someone who's been on the show quite a few times, Jayce Rayleigh. Tab's little baby bro. Welcome back to the show, dude.
Hello, folks. Thanks for having me on. I'm happy to be here.
Of course. Thanks for being on the show.
You guys invited me on a perfect time because I am a Universal Monster nerd.
Snub. You can say snub. It's okay. There's no judgment.
That sounds offensive. Like, I'm kind of offended. I don't know. Never heard snub.
No, yeah, we wanted you to be on this episode because of your vast knowledge of Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein's monster,
all of them.
Bride, Mummy.
I've not. There is a ton of Universal monster movies. I mean, I've seen all the ones like Dracula, Wolfman. I've seen all the sequels to those, but there's like other movies like The Raven. Or no, sorry, that's not Universal. There's Black Cat. I've seen that one, but there's a bunch of other ones. But if we're just going with the Universal monsters,
The Invisible Man,
dude, I love that movie. It's so good. Oh my God.
Hell yeah. Well, we're excited to have you back, man.
Thanks, guys. Again, happy to be here.
Of course. So, what are we sipping on tonight, gents?
The huge.
Twisted tea for you?
Of course.
Of course.
It's always tea time when it's recording time.
Tea time. So, I actually found a lager, which is from the Dew Claw Brewing Company out of Baltimore, Maryland. It's called 31, and it's a pumpkin-spiced lager.
So you switched it up from White Claw to Dew Claw?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as there's a claw, there is no law.
Mm.
I got shot with that when you opened it, by the way. Thank you.
You're welcome for that.
Jayce, I know that you're drinking on it. What do you think?
I really enjoy it. It's honestly probably the second best pumpkin beer I've had this year, honestly. But I haven't went crazy this year on pumpkin beers.
Yeah.
My number one's always going to be Dogfish Head Pumpkin Ale.
See, I have to still try that one. I'm not a huge ale kind of person.
No,
but
it's similar to this, but to me, you taste it and it just tastes like Halloween.
You brought that beer over here on Halloween last year.
Yes, I did. I try to spread the word of it, dude.
It was really good.
I love it. It's so good. That and then I'm going to butcher the name probably. Shoffley's
Shoffly?
Shoffley. I think it's pronounced Shoffley. Yeah, their pumpkin beer is really good too. I really do enjoy this one. This one's really good.
I kind of like the small breweries that create beers and not like the big ones like Sam Adams and, the Oktoberfest and shit. They don't taste right.
Dude, I was like, I'm going to humor myself, and it was like cheaper, and I was like, you know what, this sounds fine. And I did the Oktoberfest. It's not. It used to be good before.
You actually had a taste bud for good shit.
Well, dude, like before Anheuser, I think Anheuser-Busch, before they bought out Sam Adams, they used to be really good.
Yeah.
But once they bought them out,
commercialized.
The taste they did something and
overproduction.
Probably. It's not good anymore. And I humored myself and bought their pumpkin. They have a pumpkin beer.
Yeah.
Not good.
The Sam Adams Oktoberfest, when it first came out, it was fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. Before Amheiser bought them out. It was really good. It was like I was like, yes, it's that time of year to have it. And it's just garbage.
Not anymore.
Now. I don't like it.
It's shit now.
I don't like it.
It's shit. It used to be one of my favorite beers.
I don't like it.
Now, there's two that I actually enjoy, and it's from the Southern Tier Brewing Company.
Yes. No,
One of them is their Pumpkin Ale. It's good. But my absolute favorite is the Warlock Imperial Stout.
See, I had that last year, and I think I did like it last year, but I haven't tried it this year.
Well, again, I'm a stout girl, and I would die for a good stout. Like that. Ugh, I love stouts. And this one has like pumpkin and cinnamon and cloves, and it's just such a flavorful, thick, chocolate, delicious beer for me.
Okay.
I got I got the back hint of the spice on this one. It just kind of was like, "Hey, what's up, pow?"
I like it.
It's certainly better than those.
Oh, those were fucking terrible.
Well, the Goat Man was good because it tasted like root beer.
No, the Goat Man tasted like maple syrup and pancakes.
Oh yeah, one of them tasted like A&W root beer.
Yeah, one of them tasted like a Coke to me. It was like a
Coke.
Yeah,
might have been the Chupacabra.
Yeah,
those are what are those called?
The trick or treats.
Yeah, trick or treat.
Trick or treat seltzers.
Is that what they? Because like it was just like it tasted like flat ciders, like just horribly flat.
There was
like,
no flavor.
I'll never buy them again, but they were fun to try.
They really were. It was a flat. Well, there was no flavor when you drank it, but on the exhale there was flavor. We had
the frog one tasted like a duty.
Oh my God! It was like stagnant pond water.
It tasted like a poo poo.
If you're
it tasted like doo doo.
Oh my God! It was so bad. Remember, I almost puked. Like I said, I'm not giving this. This is not going to waste. I'm going to drink it, and it was so.
I'm surprised you didn't throw it. That was the episode I threw up on.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I thought it was.
No, that was prior.
It was the Big Nick when he was the shout out that week.
Yeah, that was prior. No, Big Nick was the shout out that you threw up.
Yeah.
This one was not Big Nick. No.
Okay.
No, this one was a couple weeks prior. This one was so gross. Like, I mean, a lot of them were gross, and some people were like, oh, it tastes like black licorice. It tastes like this. It tastes like that.
There's no black licorice in any of those.
And no, technically, one of them was supposed to be black licorice, but I thought it was root beer. It tasted like root beer, but it was supposed to be black licorice. But I love black licorice anyway.
Yeah.
So, but one was like, what, lemon lime? One was...
No, there was no lemon lime.
Or no, it was orange and grapefruit and cherry, and it had like cherry pulp in it. And then the fuck the frog.
It tasted like a poo poo.
It was fun. Like I said, it was fun just to try them out. And,
oh yeah.
You know, we'll never have them again, but you know, and it's something. It's cool. I love the little.
It's a fun sixer though. It's a fun sixer.
Yeah, and I like the way. And I love how they were all cryptid themed.
Yes,
too. That was
cryptids
really cool.
kick ass.
I love cryptids.
Oh yeah, we should totally do another episode in like November, December, January of cryptids. Yeah,
I'll go to cryptid. I want to go back. Me and Angie went to CryptidCon pre-COVID. It was fun, dude.
Yeah, I want to go to that.
It's pretty cool.
Bad.
I mean, some weirdos, but it was still super fun.
I just want to sit in the desert and watch for UFOs.
That'd be
Uncle
Steve.
I want to go to Goatman's Bridge and go, fuck your bridge, Goatman.
Or Uncle Steve. He was telling me some stories that he's seen.
Yeah, when he was at Kathy's, he was telling me about him, dude. I was so... That was like fucking bedtime stories for me, dude. I was like right in it, because that's one of my favorite things is UFOs.
Oh, yeah. That man needs a movie about him.
Oh, shit.
But we're not here to talk about that.
Nope.
We're here to talk about Dracula and the Wolfman and all his other buddies.
Frankenstein's monster.
The Invisible Man.
The Invisible Man.
The creature
and my personal fave, the creature from the Black Lagoon.
The creature. Gilman.
So we'll get...
Gilman.
We'll get... Wait, isn't that the guy on Regis and Philbin? Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee Gifford?
The producer guy.
Yeah.
Maybe. He is the creature.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
So you have some show notes. Let's dive into that.
So, the origins of the Universal Monster movies. Universal started out by the name Independent Moving Pictures Company, IMP. Had only one horror film at this time, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, 1913.
Yep.
Universal's earliest success in the horror genre was the historical drama The Hunchback of Notre Dame in 1923.
Lon Chaney. Senior.
Starring Lon Chaney.
Larn.
Chaney. My country came out there, Lon Chaney.
I like him as that dog dude.
Actually, it was Lon Chaney Jr. who was the dog dude.
Well, he was walking with your queen. And what was he doing? The Werewolves of London.
Werewolves of London.
Shout out Pip.
Oh.
Aww. The lavish production sets rebuilt 15th century Paris on an epic scale, even recreating the famed Notre Dame de Paris Cathedral. I'm going to skip to the very
You
end.
said that really good. I'm impressed. Say that
Thank you.
again.
Notre Dame de
No.
Paris.
Not the Notre Dame part.
D. Pelly.
De Paris.
No, you said it bad.
De
I'm kidding.
D. Perry. D. Perry.
De Paris.
Steve Perry. Said I should have been gone.
Notre Dame de Paris Cathedral.
Dracarys.
Dracarys.
It's all the same.
It is.
It's Valerian.
I love Valerian. Thank you. I'm going to skip to the end. I got to find a spot. Chaney, who was a freelance player at the time of Phantom of the Opera's production, eventually signed a contract with Metro Goldwyn Mayer
MGM.
and MGM and could no longer produce character roles for the Universal Pictures. His death in 1930 ended any possibility of his leaving MGM for another studio.
Yep.
And Universal turned their attention to other actors, such as German character actor Konrad Veidt, who had appeared in the 1920 German's expressionist horror masterpiece,
The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
That's
Das
a good-ass movie.
It's strange.
Das Kabinett de Dr. Caligari, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and starred in 1928's Universal horror film The Man Who Laughs.
I've not seen that, and I want. That's where they got the idea for the Joker.
I was literally just about to say.
That's where
that is who the Joker is based off of.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie, and I really want to.
It's creepy. It's creepy.
Oh, of course.
I watched it on YouTube for free.
Really?
Yeah.
It's on YouTube? Oh,
well, of course it's on YouTube for free. If you could sit through.
It was a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
So, number 2, what is considered a Universal monster movie? Universal Classic Monsters, also known as Universal Monsters and Universal Studio Monsters, is a media franchise based on a series of horror films primarily produced by Universal Pictures from the 1930s until the 1950s. Although not initially conceived as a franchise, the enduring popularity and legacy of the films and the characters featured in them has led to the studios market them under the collective brand name of Universal Studio Monsters. Steve Jones of USA Today describes Universal's most famous monsters as pulp... Cut. I just hear him screaming.
Ew, gross!
Steve Jones of USA Today described Universal's most famous monsters as pop culture icons, specifically Dracula, Frankenstein, the creature from the Black Lagoon, the Mummy, and the Wolfman.
Yeah. We did not talk about the Mummy. We didn't bring him up.
I said the Mummy.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because Universal, it was Universal Studios became, what was it? When they changed their name, Universal
Pictures
in 1962. So like that's where like some people, because like even because Universal Studios, like Universal Monsters, because they had some of the sci-fi like Tarantula, and, like, some of the sci-fi ones. So sometimes those are, again, depends what you do, how you feel, but sometimes they consider those Universal Monsters.
Did Universal do the Blob?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
They didn't do Kong and Zilla either, did they?
Yes. Well, Universal was part of the. Yeah, they
assisted.
They took part of it because if you watch Kong versus Godzilla,
yeah,
you hear some samples. You hear like music samples and scenes from like Creature from the Black Lagoon and some Invisible Man. I think
they kind of used old stock music from previous films.
Yep.
I gotcha.
So, according to IMDb, as of today, October 7th, 2022, number 10, The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Have any of y'all seen that?
Yes.
No.
Once.
I have not.
It's an epic picture. It really is. It's really good. Lon Chaney is phenomenal.
It got a 7.2.
Mm-hmm.
The Wolfman, number 9,
Wow.
7.2. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein,
Yes.
number 8.
Personal
7.3.
favorite.
Uh,
So funny.
Dracula got a 7.4. Phantom of the Opera, 7.5. Incredible Shrinking Man got a 7.6.
Now, are these IMDb scores?
Yes.
Okay.
Number 4, The Invisible Man at 7.6.
Absolutely.
Number 3, The Man Who Laughs, 7.7.
Yikes. Wow.
And the top 2, The Bride of Frankenstein at 7.8. And Frankenstein at 7.8 is number 1.
And we learned
Frankenstein.
that Frankenstein has a perfect 100 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's strange because
Actually, they're outside of they're all in the high 90s, mid to high 90s.
The
All
good
of them.
ones that I just listed, yeah.
Well, the ones that we watched throughout the week on Peacock, Dracula, Wolfman.
Wolfman, Frankenstein.
Dracula,
yeah.
Dracula has like a
98.
98. Wolfman has a 94.
96.
It was 94.
I thought it was 96.
No, the Mummy has a 96. And
I'm surprised the Mummy isn't on this one.
Bride has a 98, and Frankenstein has a perfect 100.
100.
well, I mean, I know that's probably the questions later, but the first Frankenstein is my favorite Universal monster movie. That's my number 1 favorite.
It's a great movie.
I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it.
And the It's Alive scene is not only one of the most iconic scenes in that particular universe, but in film
History.
in general.
Oh yeah, dude, that whole movie. Well, I mean, again, those, and that's the thing with Universal monsters, because like anytime people hear Frankenstein, they think of Boris Karloff. Karloff's Frankenstein. Dracula, when they hear Dracula, they think of Bela Lugosi's style. You know, the widow's peak and you know the strong features. Everyone thinks of that. So anytime, that's Frankenstein's just such an iconic fucking film. It's my favorite, hands down. I know that's for questions later, but it's definitely...
About 20 years ago, me and Nick, after we graduated high school, we went to Universal Studios.
Nice.
For like a week after high school graduation. And we went to this, one of the things they had there at that time, it was kind of like a Universal Studios Hall of Fame like museum.
Yes.
Like all of it throughout time. Since Universal's been in existence, some of their most iconic like moments, they have like stuff from films, and before you go in, they have like this big tribute to themselves. And one of the things that was in that video is the "It's Alive" scene.
Oh, dude, like Colin Clive, the actor who played Dr. Frankenstein, is like phenomenal.
And
like,
he died in 1937. He had tuberculosis.
Was that? I thought he was an alcoholic.
Well,
he
that too.
He drank himself to death.
That too, but the TB is what killed him.
I believe Bride of Frankenstein was his last film role.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, and that's the thing, too. If you watch Bride of Frankenstein, you can see he's deteriorating. His eyes are dark. Like, you can just tell he's...
And he was having, like, issues with, like, a broken leg that he had. And that's why in that film you see him, like, sitting down or laying down a lot.
Yeah, you're correct. And
Because he was nursing a leg.
he was sitting down a lot in Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause he had a broken leg.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I haven't seen that movie in forever.
Bride is great, dude. Honestly, I think the three
we can get to our top, but
the trilogy, because you got Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein. I think Son of Frankenstein is extremely underrated.
I never saw that one.
It's
I haven't seen
really
that one
good.
yet.
I personally think it's Bela Lugosi's
Best.
Opus. I think he does such a great Igor in it.
I'll
He's
have to see
phenomenal.
it.
Oh, Bela Lugosi was Igor?
Yes. Or
Martin Freeman's my favorite Igor. Walk this way. No, this way.
Hold
Walk
on.
this way.
The one that our son can
No,
quote.
Yes.
you know what? I think I butchered it because his name is not Igor.
I'm singing and Brianna's getting excited.
Frau Brucker. And then he
Would you-
smiles.
It is. You're right. It is
Would
Igor.
you like a
you're right.
roll in the hay?
So Bela Lugosi plays that
Yes,
role?
he plays Igor in Son of Frankenstein.
That's
And
kind of a minor
it's-
role for him because
It
of as big a name as he is in that particular genre, though.
It is. Well, that's the thing, though, because Son of Frankenstein, if I'm correct, came out in 1939. So, but Bela Lugosi, really his biggest role was Dracula. And
Yes.
right after that, Boris Karloff kind of took the light from him, and so
Yeah.
he started getting minor roles. Well, but Basil Rathbone, I never can say his last name right. Basil Rathbone was played, I can't remember his name, but he is the son of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And but him and Boris Karloff both got yelled at the studio because they were giving Bela Lugosi a shortcut on the money.
Really?
And they got together. They're like, no. They're like, this man deserves more. Because Bela Lugosi was just busting out B horror movies. He played, I mean, he's in the Wolfman, but he's only in the Wolfman for literally, like, legit, like, not even 2 minutes.
Like, blink
Right.
and you miss him.
Yeah, like, he's in it for like 2 minutes.
Wasn't
So,
he
like,
the gypsy guy?
Yeah, he was Bela.
Yeah, he was Bela.
He was
Bela. in-
Bela
yeah.
the gypsy. Yeah, he was the one that bit Lawrence Talbot
Right.
and turned him into the Wolfman.
Right.
But he was taking minor roles at the time, and they were just like, no, they yelled at the studio. They were like, no, give this guy a better cut. And I think Bela Lugosi, he's great in that movie.
Well,
Yes.
and when he was in that one with Boris Karloff, I know people wanted him to be in that, but they ended up, because of, it's Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi as the monster?
No, Son of Frankenstein.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it was what it was. But Boris Karloff ended up getting top billing in that.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing, too, because, like, even Boris Karloff is barely in that movie, too. The monster's barely
Yeah.
in that movie. That movie is more...
But it's
like,
the names.
Yeah,
it's
well,
the
it's more
names.
drama. Basil Rathbone, definitely, he's the main character.
Yeah.
And if you watch the movie, his son, who's a little kid in it, he's the voice of Bambi.
No.
Really?
Shit.
Yep, and he's still alive today, and he still goes to horror cons. And
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Boris Karloff's daughter does that as well.
yes, she does. Oh, God, I can't remember her name now.
And so does Bela Lugosi's son.
Yes, he
He's
does.
still alive.
Lon Chaney's nephew goes to horror cons, and
Yeah.
like he's kind of carrying the name and doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
I believe it's his nephew. Or
And
grandson.
there's like a Universal Studios kids monsters, kind of like a I don't know if it's like a group or something like that. I was reading about it the other day, but it was founded and it's currently run by Lugosi's son, Karloff's daughter, and Chaney's nephew.
Yeah, I believe it's his nephew.
Like the three of them,
Yeah.
started this
They're-
together.
Yeah,
Right.
To carry on
they're-
their family
they're-
legacy.
Yeah, they're the ones that are carrying on the legacy. Yeah. So what's next?
I also just want to say, if you guys want to take a look at my makeup, you can look at our Instagram.
The Happy Hour Instagram?
Happy Hour Instagram. You can look at also the Happy Hour Twitter, because I did my makeup tonight in honor of Black and White.
Which you did do a fantastic job.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, for you
really-
people listening, today's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Sucks to be you, cuz for us, it's Friday. Fuck you.
Woo!
Pour up, bitch.
I mean, you can pour up on a Tuesday. I mean, there's never a wrong time to not pour up unless
That's
you're
fair.
at work or driving.
Well, not with that attitude.
Dude, your dog's farts smell like rotten onion.
Yeah, you're welcome.
What's next on our agenda?
I mean, we could also talk about our top 5.
Let's do.
Again, taken from pub time, 5 for 5.
Let's let our guests go first.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's really...
Unless you're not ready.
I think I've got it because it
We'll
does
start with
fluctu-
number 5.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Oh, yeah.
do I?
5.
So we kind of go like.
Well,
do
you
I
can go.
like I go 5, you go 5, he goes
Yep.
5. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. We
we'll
can
do
do that.
that.
All right, cool. Wow, because my number 5 is
You can justify why you put that movie at that spot if you want to, but you don't have to.
man.
But
okay,
before we do that,
Before we get into 5 for 5s,
let's take a quick pause for our sponsors over at Bosky Coffee. Shout out to you, Brandon. You're the GOAT. Brandon, you're awesome. Bosky Coffee, you guys are all awesome.
for the fucking win.
Break time. We at Happy Hour Podcast are proud to announce that we are now sponsored by one amazing coffee company.
Bosky Coffee.
Bosky Coffee Roasters began several years ago in a small town in central New Mexico.
Born out of their love and passion for great coffee, the desire to make sure they knew where their coffee is coming from and that it is ethically sourced.
Bosky buys only the best Arabica beans, blending and roasting each small batch personally.
They only use the highest quality extracts and flavors for their flavored coffees,
They have tons of types of coffee and flavors.
like single origin,
Premium roast like their breakfast blend and espresso.
flavored coffees, like their most popular High Mountain Pinion coffee, which uses real New Mexican piñons for an authentic Southwestern flavor.
Oh, and teas.
You can shop online at bosquecoffeeroasters.com. That is BOSQUE coffeeroasters.com.
Use promo code Bosky Coffee Happy Hour upon checkout for 10% off your purchase.
Enjoy coffee the way it should be. Simple and delicious.
And we're back.
And we're back.
Is that the coffee you got me?
Yes, it is the coffee that we got you.
Yes, it is very delicious, and I love it.
Oh,
You fucking ruined it. We are talking about the Universal monster movies.
Friend. Oh, man. I could talk about Universal Monster movies forever, dude. I love these movies.
I know, but we're on a clock here, so
I know.
Nah, we got plenty of time. Let's go.
we'll do a sequel bonus episode
Oh, Jesus.
and just let Jayce go.
There we go.
I'm dead serious, dude. I love.
There's the world record episode right there. It's just Jayce talking about this.
40 hours. 40 hours.
I mean, I really could, man. I remember because, well, see, that's the thing. Most people, when they got into the Universal Monsters, they were like a kid, and
Yeah.
I seen images because it was like '98, and I remember seeing they were re-releasing the Universal Monsters on VHS in like the late '90s, and I remember seeing a trailer for the Wolfman, and I was just captivated by that image, and I was like, I want to go as the Wolfman for Halloween. And that year, that was probably my favorite costume as a kid.
Yeah.
I was 10, and I dressed up as the Wolfman. We got like fake hair, and we did the fake, makeup. And
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
that was my favorite to the shredded arms on the cloth.
What year
and
was
stuff.
that?
98.
Oh, I was
like,
I was Sting,
you were staying
the wrestler, not the singer.
right. I want it. But yeah, but then it was years later. I was probably like 19, 20 or something like that. My ex-girlfriend, her mom was like, "Have you ever seen? No, have you ever seen any of the Dracula or Frankenstein, the original?" And I was
You
like,
said
"No." And so
Dracula.
she let me. Her mom let me borrow it, and ever since then, man, I was just like, I got to see every bit of them. And I, read books about them and watched documentaries, and it's just I love these movies, man. They take me to a time where that's no longer here. They I don't know. They just put me in a different place, and I don't have to. And it's cool because for me, I don't have to watch them all on Halloween.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's seasonal movies too. Like I like watching them during seasons. I like watching The Invisible Man during winter, just because the beginning of the movie it opens up and there's snow, and then at the end of the movie there's snow. The Creature is definitely like definitely summer-ween movie.
Yeah.
It's all summer, I mean, I can watch. I mean, again, I can watch these any time of the year, but obviously Frankenstein's the October, Halloween, spooky season. Dracula is the same thing, but I don't know. Love these movies. I'm gonna stop rambling on.
No, see, I have to agree with you on that. It's better to watch them like this time of year, but
it's fun to watch them this time of year.
see, like for me, it could be the middle of April, and I'll throw it in.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely.
But it feels
right.
better.
It feels right.
It feels better to watch it now.
Yeah, it's
here
fun.
in October.
Well, but I mean, that's the other thing too, because that's the thing, because you see Frankenstein. When you see decorations, you see masks at stores and stuff. You see the Frankenstein's monster. You see Wolfman. You see Dracula. You see creatures. You see all this stuff, and it's just like, oh, I need to watch those movies, or so we associate Halloween and this time of year with the Universal Monsters.
Yeah.
That's, again, you have to realize that there was a time, like, our generation really enjoyed the Universal Monsters, but then there's a generation in between us that didn't. Like, I don't hear a lot of 21 to 25, 27-year-olds who actually talk about it.
Well, Yeah, kind of. But also, I think because that's the thing too. Because if you look at a lot of punk rockers and stuff like that, they're wearing, they have I see a lot of metalheads and punk rockers with Universal, Frankenstein tattoos and stuff. So I'm not saying that that they're not into it or that they don't watch the movies, but it's almost like they're just such an icon. Those characters are such an icon that people will wear a Frankenstein shirt and have never seen any of the Frankenstein movies.
And it's one of those things you want to be. Well, I don't want to say you want to be, but it's hard not to be a gatekeeper with that kind of stuff.
No,
because of what it is in the horror movie industry.
I mean, for God's sakes, I would consider Frankenstein up there. It's Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, I say, with Wizard of Oz. It's just
100%.
It's just that iconic, honestly, I feel like the sets from Bride of Frankenstein, when the monsters, running away from the mob, to me it just feels like a straight scene that could have came out of the Wizard of Oz. Which, excuse me, but so I don't know. I can ramble on about those movies.
Well,
I love them.
It's like. Were there horror movies before that? Yes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
The first ever horror movie came out in the year 1896.
Okay. Now, have you all seen
House of the Devil?
Okay. Have you seen the Frankenstein? Oh, shit.
But those movies, Universal Studios is where horror really started.
Well, because Dracula was the first talkie horror movie.
Yes.
That was the first talkie horror movies, and that's why I love Dracula, but the thing is, you can, when you watch it, Todd Browning, who is from Louisville, Kentucky, the director, he was a silent film horror movie. He was a silent film director, not horror, but he was a silent film director. And when you watch that movie, you could definitely tell it pretty much it is a silent.
Yeah,
it's a silent horror. It's a silent movie. With the only music is in the beginning of the movie where they play the song from Swan Lake.
Yes.
And it's in that, they play that, and then I believe in The Mummy, the original Mummy.
Oh, that song was in both?
Mm-hmm, they use both in both intros. But yeah, and what's great, and if anybody who's listening to this, if you watch Dracula, try to find the Dracula with Philip Glass score behind it. When they re-released the Dracula movie in the late 90s, it was 99 I think, or 90, it was 99 I believe. Philip Glass, who's a composer, and he's done movies, great, weird composer, but great. He did Philip Glass and the string quartet, I'm gonna butcher it, Kornos string quartet. He did a score for Dracula, and you cannot, when you watch it with that score, that music is beautifully
powerful.
Haunting. It is, and it adds so much to that movie. I can watch that movie without it, but if I'm given the choice, I am watching it with the score.
Because it's so moving and
it's so beautiful.
It makes it.
During spooky season, I listen to that when I go to sleep. I listen to that and the Sleepy Hollow soundtrack.
Oh, of course.
Yes, the Sleepy Hollow soundtrack kicks ass. Do you know one of my favorite things about the Frankenstein movie, though?
What's that?
That there is almost no music in it at all.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Through the movie.
Oh, it's the same thing.
You get room tone through the whole thing, and it really gives you a great experience to watch it.
It does, but I think the thing is that, and that's what makes the director, James Whale, he dominated, that's what dominated is because Todd Browning was he was a silent film director, and when you watch Dracula, you get that silent film feeling.
You get an
but
essence
when you
of it.
but when you watch Frankenstein, there's just so much more going on. It's there's so much. Dracula,
you're so focused visually than you would be visually and audio.
Exactly. And in Dracula, there's a lot of scenes where it's drawn out and the camera's moving. And,
the panning,
the panning, yeah.
The timing,
Yep.
Dracula's walking from the tree to the house. We have to have something to fill.
Right. But that's what makes it, it's that atmosphere. But I think Frankenstein has atmosphere too.
Yeah.
But there's more going on with Frankenstein from shot to shot than there was with Dracula.
Yeah,
Dracula, it was like, I'm going to stand here and stare at you and be creepy.
Right.
You can't have you
Right.
cannot
And
not
of
have
course-
music.
And of course, it was an adaptation. It was basically an adaptation because it was a play. They
Right.
used the play. So if you watch a lot of the scenes, it looks like it's like you're watching the play.
Right.
Things are in the one room, one in the other.
Right.
But
And it's going from scene to scene
Yep.
and not fluidly to where like most movies
Right.
go. Like I'm going to walk over here and the camera's going to follow me. It's like, no,
Right.
this one shot, we're going to take the shot right here and then we're going to cut and then go to the next shot.
yep, it's great. I
So,
love
what's your top 5?
Okay, so we're just going.
Well, let's-
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, let's each do 5, 5, 5, 4,
Okay.
4, 4. We'll go around the bend.
Well, I was going to have him do 5s, like
God.
1 through 5, and then I'll go 1 through 5 and you go
Okay.
One through
Either
five.
or.
Oh, we want to do that.
Yeah,
Or
we
do you
can.
want to?
or we can
Let's do
5, 5, 5.
5, 5, 5.
Okay.
We're
4,
33
4.
minutes
Okay.
in. We have plenty of time.
Oh yeah, we
Okay,
do.
cool. So, again, it's God, yeah, it changes, dude. It's so hard, but like, so what I got for my 5, it's between 2 because and I watched it, and maybe just because I watched it yesterday, but 5 is toss up between 2 of them. Is Frankenstein meets the Wolfman.
Okay.
To me, I don't know. That's when Universal started because it's the sequel to the Wolfman.
It's a great crossover.
Yeah, that was that was
That's
the
the
first
original crossover.
It is. No, it
Yeah.
absolutely is. Before before Avengers, before Marvel, before all that stuff,
Right.
anything, that was the first crossover. And people were just like, what? And people rushed to the theaters to see it. Yes, that movie has its flaws 100%, but to me it's just a fun, like, you get to see the werewolf transformation
It's
better.
exciting.
Yeah, you get to see the werewolf because you don't see the werewolf. You only in the first Wolfman, you don't see the only transformation you see is his feet.
Yeah.
His feet turn into the Wolfman. You don't see, but in the Frankenstein meets Wolfman, you see Lon Chaney go through the transformation.
Yeah.
And even another thing, in the original Wolfman, there's no full moon.
Really?
There's not a shot of a
Nope.
full moon in the original
Oh.
Wolfman. So in this
I
one,
never
you
thought
definitely
about
see
that.
it. You see it in that one, and just like I don't know, just the beginning of the movie when the 2 grave robbers are going through the cemetery, spooky. It's just so spooky. Like it's
It
just
gives you
perfect.
that-
Yeah, it gives me that. Like it's just like, oh fuck yeah. I guess maybe, man. I guess I chose that one because maybe it's spooky season, and like that's a movie that like I love to watch during spooky season.
Yeah.
So I guess I would take that off, and I guess I would have to put Dracula.
As number 5?
Yeah, Dracula with Philip Glass. I put with Philip Glass score, with the Philip Glass score because I mean I love that movie, but like the score just
It hits.
it hits. I recommend anybody watches it, watch it. If you've seen it without the score, watch it with the score. It's so good.
Makes it worth it.
But yeah, so that's my number 5. I would have to say, I guess. Oof.
All right. Tab, what's your number 5?
My number 5 would be the Wolfman,
Okay.
the original Wolfman.
Love it. I think it's a great movie. It's definitely doesn't have. That was the movie. If I can't remember if I'm wrong, I think Pearl Harbor just happened, like literally days before that movie came out.
Yeah.
So it had that so that was like 1940.
4.
4?
No.
44.
41.
41. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I think Pearl Harbor almost. If I'm correct, I think Pearl Harbor just happened, but like you could tell that you can tell that the class, like the old 30s, was gone.
Yeah.
You can tell it was gone.
It was over.
Yeah, but also too, the Wolfman was the first original, not based off a book.
No,
It
it
was-
was
it
just
was its own
an
original.
original idea.
Yeah, the guy who wrote the script was actually escaped because that movie's kind of like it's got like Nazi undertones. to it.
Undertones,
Yeah,
yeah.
the guy who wrote the script escaped Nazi.
Was it
Poland or Germany? Germany. I think it's Nazi Germany. I think it was Germany.
concentration
Yeah,
camp
he
type thing?
escaped it before it got to
It
him,
got to
before
the
it got to
point.
his family, and so he wrote that the wolf because Nazis would wear like kind of wolf kind
Right.
of thing like that. So it was kind of so it has
And then
definitely
the
like
gypsies, he actually
Mhm.
probably got to
Mhm.
hit the gypsies head on.
yeah.
The history of it.
He was a Jewish.
He was. Yeah, and I felt bad. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
No, I like the vibe a bit. I like the acting in it. I like the way that they just kept up with it, with the acting. It wasn't like there wasn't any down moments. There wasn't the lagging of it. the actresses, the actors, like everybody in it had a part to play. It wasn't like, they're a side character. It was, the gypsy woman, the man who was the original werewolf, the Wolfman, the woman that he was in love with, and it was constant, bam, 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 bam.
Well, the gypsy woman, Maliva, and I can't remember her name, but she's phenomenal.
Oh man,
she was actually younger than she
played.
Looked. Yeah, she was. I think she was Lon Chaney's age.
Oh,
or no,
wow.
no. She was just a little bit older than Lon Chaney.
But still, I mean, the whole entire, like, the vibe, the feeling, the angles, like, I loved the whole movie. It was great.
Yeah, Wolfman's great. What's yours, Mike?
Mine is Bride of Frankenstein.
Okay.
Great movie, dude. It's, as some people say, there's a lot of people that say it's better than the first.
I won't go that far.
I think it's more entertaining than the first.
It is, but what I really like about it is you've got this reanimated creature who can barely even think for his own self, and you humanize him by giving him a love interest.
Well, the love interest, yeah, that comes towards,
or a partner.
That comes closer towards the end. But in movie when Dr. Pretorius tells him, he's like, I'm gonna make another person like you. And he's like, you make a friend like me? He's like, and make man like me? He's like, no, and woman. And
it's the original female horror icon. It's the first.
Nope, no, it's not.
Who's the first?
Wait, oh my God! Can one of y'all look it up?
As far as
Dracula's daughter.
Oh.
Well, no, I mean, like, as far as, like, a main character goes. A main title character.
Well, no, I was just look up Dracula's daughter.
What year did that come out?
That's what I'm trying to think. I can't remember.
36.
And Bride was 30.
It would be...
Yeah, you're quicker on your phone than me.
35.
Okay, so then, so you're right. Very good. Yep.
Haha, try to fact check me, motherfucker.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. That's actually, I think, a good movie, too, is Dracula's daughter. I think that's.
I never saw it.
It's good, man. It's actually got like kind of like homoerotic,
lesbian
undertones.
Yeah.
Well, so
that's the one that Angie told me about, and I never got around to see it yet.
It's good, man. It's good.
I know. I want to see it.
I mean, it's definitely not. It's because it's kind of like Halloween 2. It continues the night that Dracula got murdered, or that Dracula died. So it continues on.
Technically, it's a sequel.
Oh, it is. It is 100%. Exactly. Yeah, it is because I think. Probably because thank you for reminding me. Because Bride did so well, they were like, "Oh shit, let's make another sequel for Dracula."
Yeah.
So, and it's good. Is it as good as Bride as Frankenstein? I don't think so. But
no, Bride is a great film.
Right, but
Bride
that was James Whale, the director. That was his opus. Like, I think it is. Like, yeah. I mean, definitely. Like I said, I love Frankenstein more, but Bride of Frankenstein, he had full control of that movie, because Frankenstein, they were like, no, you can't do this, because like even when he shot in Frankenstein, where he's like, it's alive, he says, in the name of God, now I know what it feels like to be God. And when they first released it in theaters, people were so shocked by that because, oh my God, that's blasphemous. So when they re-released it in like the late 30s, this before the Wolfman came out, because when they re-released it in theaters, they cut that scene out. Because it was so blasphemous and it freaked people out.
It was stuff like that was pretty controversial back in the 30s.
Yeah, exactly. But he had full control of Bride of Frankenstein, and again, that's another movie that has homoerotic undertones. Yeah, undertones. Because James Whale was a homosexual. Oh. He was a openly gay man. In Hollywood, and of course, like people first were like, oh, ugh. But then once he did Frankenstein and he was bringing Universal money, they were like, "Oh, yeah, go
whatever.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Suck a dick. I don't care.
Do you, man? Do you?
Yeah, exactly. They were like, "All right, do what you do. Keep bringing.
Just don't make this movie suck the way you do." Oh. So, what's your number 4, Jayce?
Oh my God. Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein, because that is a Universal monster movie.
Not to skip you, babe, but same.
That's number 4.
That's my number 4.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first.
It's Abbott and Costello, dude.
Right, that was the first Universal monster movie. Okay, yeah, that was the first one I ever saw, because we rented it back in the day because Mom and Dad was talking about it. And, Abbott and Costello is like, no, let's go watch it, and we rented it.
The first time I ever saw it was with you.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I was
Really?
like, yeah, it was like we were living at Park Lake then.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
It was a long fucking time. It was like 10 years ago.
It's probably when I was haunt night and you guys were hanging out.
Oh, which ironically, that was Bela Lugosi's second time playing Dracula.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That was his second time. He only played Dracula twice.
And
Rest in Power King.
speaking of that, my number 4 is Dracula.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fucking A.
I mean, I honestly, I love Bela Lugosi's Dracula. Like, it phenomenal. He created that character. He embodied that character.
He created
No
the creeper
one-
in the window.
No one to this day could carry it. The closest that would be able to would be Gary
Gary
Oldman.
Yep. Cowabunga. Yeah.
Bunga. Okay.
Yeah.
But
We
no,
tried.
it's okay. We're good. But no, I think he set the tone. He set the bar high as Dracula. Not only that, but fucking Renfield. God
Oh, Dwight Fry.
damn.
I love Dwight Fry. It disappoints me so bad that he got typecasted because of Dracula. They were like, you play such a good, secondary weird creep. We'll make you the Hunchback guy in Frankenstein. And they're
Yeah.
like, okay. And then he just got lower parts and lower parts. He's in Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. He's in like a scene for like 2 seconds. He's in the Invisible Man. He's like a news reporter.
Yeah, he had like small cameos.
Yeah, it was bad, and he was such an underrated actor.
He really was.
and he was a character actor, and he did theater, and it depresses me, man, because like I would love to see it. He's in another movie. If you really like Dwight Fry, he's in another movie called it's not Universal, but it's like Dead Men Walk, I think. I gotta look it up, but he plays like a Renfield type character in the movie. It's him and I think Glenn Strange might. No, he's not in the movie. I'm thinking of some other one, but he is in this one. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, Dwight Fry is just Renfield phenomenal.
He was one of the best parts of that to me, honestly.
Oh, dude, no, when I seen it, he
Master.
hooked me. He hooked me.
Please do not kill me. Spiders.
Rats, thousands, millions.
Yes.
I love him, dude.
That was an award-winning performance that he brought to the
Dude,
table.
I thought
in
so
that
too,
film.
man. I mean, yeah.
Crushed it.
And that's why Dracula is my 4th, because not only Bela Lugosi as Dracula and set that fucking shit,
Dwight Fry.
but Dwight Fry
Yeah,
as Renfield.
I agree. I completely forgot about Dwight Fry, man. I
Fucking
love him. Such a handsome man too.
He, even though he looked creepy and he was weird and creepy, I feel he's a method actor.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah, he was a method
Method actor to
Yeah.
where he sets himself in that character and keeps going after they say cut.
Yeah.
He's walking around on set just acting
Yeah.
as Renfield.
Yeah, I think they said he was a
Absolutely.
method actor.
I believe it, dude.
Yeah.
And if you're a method actor, that's the good shit right there.
It can be. It is.
But it can
can
fuck
be.
with you.
It can.
It can.
Yeah.
If
it can.
you got to know when and
to
how
turn
to
it off.
turn it on, turn it off. Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
like the haunt industry, you gotta know when to turn it the fuck off.
Or like Kenny Rogers, you got to know when to hold them, know when to
No,
fold
to
them.
fold 'em. Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Kenny Rogers. This is the
Bat
Bat Catcher's trick.
This is the dairy challenge.
Rest in
Which-
peace, Kenny.
What's your number 4?
He's it was Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
mine
that's
was
right,
Abbott and
that's right,
Costello.
that's right.
So we'll
All right,
we'll
so
throw
number
it back
3.
to Jayce. Number 3.
All right. Wolfman. I think Wolfman's number 3.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I don't know. It was its original. It was its own.
I like the fact that it's original and a standalone,
Yeah,
that
there's
no
no-
one else had ever done it before,
No.
and they brought something
It wasn't.
new to
It
the
wasn't
table.
a script. It wasn't a play. It wasn't
Right.
a book. Yeah, and I don't know, man. Just like, Jack Pierce, the makeup artist who did all those Universal monster movies, because he took over because Lon Chaney did his own makeup.
Yeah.
And once Lon Chaney died, they were like, we need someone to do makeup. And Jack Pierce jumped in, and he did all the monsters. I think he did do Bela Lugosi, but Bela, such light makeup, he did his makeup because Bela Lugosi played Dracula
Right.
in theater for so
Right.
many years. And that's why he fought to play Dracula, and originally they wanted Lon Chaney to play Dracula, and he was going to play Dracula. But again, and that was going to be Lon Chaney's first talkie film before he died.
Gotcha.
But once he died, they were like, "Shit, who are we going to pick?" And so they were like, "Well, this guy named Bela Lugosi from this immigrant." They were like, he's been playing Dracula and people love it, and they're like, all right, well, let's get this guy. He knows the parts, he knows the scenes, he knows he knows the script,
and his soothing Hungarian accent.
Yeah, and of course, and because of that, anybody who talks like Dracula, they talk like Bela Lugosi.
Yeah,
I want to suck your blood,
which he's never said ever.
Nope,
he has never said any.
I think it's. Mina.
No, do not look at me.
So, what's your number 3, Tab?
Bride of Frankenstein. You guys have already talked about it.
Oh, God, I love, and again, like I said, all these switches, man, because they're all there's so many good ones.
My number 3 has yet to be talked about.
Creature from the Black Lagoon.
False.
Oh.
Mine is. But you're on the right track with the full body makeup, and that's Mr. Karloff when he's wrapped up in linens as the fucking mummy.
I really like The Mummy. It is a great film. I think when I went to the thing is, when I first saw it, I had this idea that it was going to be Boris Karloff as like it wrapped in body bandages the entire movie, but it's not. He's the only time he's wrapped in bandages is that first scene, but that first scene is so fucking good.
It is a great scene.
And that guy, the guy, I can't remember his name, but where he's like hysterically laughing. He was like, he wanted to go for a walk.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
See, and I feel like The Mummy is so
underrated,
underappreciated.
It is
in this particular universe,
right? Well, and that's another one that whenever people think of The Mummy, they think of Lon Chaney Jr. as the Mummy, where he's walking around and he's limping and
stumbling.
Stuff like that. Yeah, which those are fun. I like those movies too. I love all the sequels. And all these, I love all the sequels to these, except for The Creature Walks Among Us. That one...
I've never seen it. It's
weird.
That one. Yeah.
It's so weird. They burn the creature. They get it in the first scene. You see the creature. They burn him, so they like... try to fix him back up. Then he's got these like giant so they have to put lungs in him, and his gills were burnt. He looks horrible.
Yeah,
it's fun, but it was the death of the creature. It was the death of the creature. But yeah, the Mummy, Zeta Johann, who was the girl in The Mummy, phenomenal actress.
Oh, she knocked it out of the park.
Oh, she was amazing. And it's funny because she stopped doing acting because of that movie.
Really?
Did it fuck her up that bad?
The director. So the director of that movie, it was his directorial debut. He did the cinematography for Dracula. Mm-hmm. And he did a lot of cinematography for Todd Browning too. But he did the whole, and it's when you watch that movie, you see a lot of the same kind of imagery, like cinema. You can feel the same cinematography like in Dracula, but really too, if you think about it, it is similar to Dracula too. If you really think about it, it's got the same plot, kind of the same plot.
Yeah,
really
a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah.
But yeah, he was basically like verbally abusive. He like treated her like it was boot camp, and he really
kind of like ruined her entire acting experience.
Right. Yeah, but also she was very much into the occult and Egyptology, and she was it's like she thought she was like she.
Well, that's why she was perfect for the role, because she was familiar with everything that this particular movie's about.
Yep.
She was that movie's Renfield.
Oh, 100%.
She was the Dwight Fry of that particular film.
Oh, 100%. But she had way more screen time, and it was great.
Yeah.
And she's still that's another thing. Boris Karloff is fantastic for Ardith Bay.
Yeah,
like his quiet, skinny, and he's just like just gentle. Oh man, yeah, that's
so good.
I love The Mummy. That is a good one too. It's a great movie.
So
good pick.
Thank you. So what's your number 2? The Deuce.
The Invisible Man.
Okay.
Excellent.
I love that movie. It is, again, James Whale.
Yep.
Same director who did Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein and The Old Dark House. That movie is a quintessential James Whale movie. It's got the humor. It's got some black comedy. Also, The Invisible Man has the most kills he kills I think 120 people in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's
That's
got
a lot.
he's got a lot of kills in that movie.
Oh.
And Claude Rains as the Invisible Man, because it was crazy because he and again he was a foreigner too, and I can't remember where he came from, but he was in the World War One, and he had
Oh, he was a veteran?
yeah, he was a veteran. He fought in
Fucking
World War
A.
One, and he had some damage. He was gassed, and so he had speech problems.
Mm-hmm.
But James Whale, I think I don't remember the story, but he like heard him, and he was like, "Wait, this is the guy I want for my movie." And so, but Claude Rains he is fun, and also Claude Rains is the dad in the Wolfman. He's
Yeah.
Lawrence Tarboard's dad in the Wolfman,
Right.
But Claude Rains just, and again, and you've got the bartender lady. She's also in Bride of Frankenstein, and I can't remember her damn name off the top of my head. Screamy lady, very
Mhm.
loud.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. She is a great. She's a great, very entertaining lady.
Yeah.
That's a great. Yeah, I love Invisible Man. It's a fun movie. It's a fun. James Whale. It's a fun James Whale movie, man. It's a good one. Tab, I can go on. Tab, what's your
My
what,
number two was Frankenstein.
Hell yeah.
It seems like ours are reversed. My least is your favorites, and my favorites are your leasts.
Yeah.
Well, my number 2 is also Dracula.
Okay.
So I do have an honorable mention, though.
Oh, honorable mention.
I do.
Mm.
Before we dive into number 1.
Sure.
Do you have an honorable mention? Oh, my Millennium Falcon bottle opener hit my penis again.
Not my pee-pee.
My penis! I don't have a penis!
Best nights ever. We need to
was
do
fun.
like a
haunt podcast.
A haunt
Yeah,
podcast.
the best haunts.
Oh yeah.
Best
nights.
Yeah, best nights.
Oh, best nights.
Absolutely.
So do you have an honorable mention?
I guess when I, Jesus Christ, oh my God,
One that you wanted to add to the list, but you couldn't because of others?
No,
Mine, honestly,
yeah.
from a special effects standpoint, would be Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
I was gonna say Creature myself. Like
the
because-
movie itself, I mean, it was okay, but if it wasn't for the makeup on the creature, it would have just been blah.
Well, I mean, like, no, I think it's a great movie, but like to me, like it was the end of the Universal era. Like that was the last one. Like to me, when I like, because it was 1954, if I'm correct.
Technically, the Universal era ended in the 50s.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's
But
why the creature's in
it
there. But
just
like
kinda
that was
like-
it lost that creepy Universal monster undertone. But I was gonna say that too. I was gonna say definitely Creature, but like I love the movie. The movie's great itself. I think Revenge of the Creature is Jurassic Park.
Yes.
It is basically Jurassic Park. They
Yeah.
bring the creature to SeaWorld. It escapes. Revenge is that's a great sequel. too.
Revenge
I will
is
have to
better
see
than the
it.
first. Yeah, the
I
sequel was
haven't
better.
seen it. I need to.
I don't know if I would say it's better. It's more entertaining.
That's why I think it's
Yeah,
better.
it's
It,
more
it feels
entertaining.
like it has. You get the creature from the Black Lagoon, but
The
there's
Black Lagoon.
yeah, mouthful of marbles. But there's more to it.
Mm-hmm.
You get
Oh, and the creature's kills are awesome in that movie too. Although he
Yeah.
does kill a dog, which is pretty sad. But I mean,
Rude.
but he's a monster.
Right, you
know.
can't. A monster. you
Well,
can't-
not a monster. He's a creature. He's an animal.
Right.
He's a prehistoric animal that's still alive. So I mean, he's going to do what he does.
Right.
But
well,
that's a good one.
My honorable mention is is not the creature from the Black Lagoon. Sorry.
What
So
is
we
your
were on
honorable
it.
mention?
My honorable mention is Frankenstein.
Okay,
Okay.
I get it.
No. Yeah.
It's fun. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Their own wrong opinion.
No, it's fine. No, I get it, man. All right, well then let's go with number one.
Number one. What is your number one there?
Fuck your honorable mention. Number one's Frankenstein. For
Okay.
me, it's
Okay.
my favorite Universal monster movie. It's probably in my top 10 favorite movies of all time, for sure. I watch it every spooky season. It's I don't know. It's the best. I love it. Boris Karloff.
Did a phenomenal job.
Well, yeah, Boris Karloff. I mean, Dwight Fry. Even though he plays Fritz. He plays Fritz.
No,
He's,
Fitz is that guy from that Bourbon,
one-
Bourbon Heck podcast or whatever it's called.
Fitz from
I mean-
Whiskey Hell.
but Fritz, Colin Clive. I love it. Frankenstein's definitely it's probably my favorite one, man. I love it. Phenomenal. It's creepy. Like, the atmosphere is phenomenal.
I like the way that yours are kind of similar to our top fives. Like, we're very similar.
What's your number uno?
Yeah, what's your
My number one,
Dracula.
no, just for the fact that it's hysterical and I love them. Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
It's a great one.
It's my number
it's
one.
Abbott and it's the
Right.
first ever horror comedy.
They
I don't know.
I'm talking about, like, if you're
you mix
Yeah.
the
When
funny
well,
with the scary.
when I
and
say
the
horror comedy, I'm putting this in the category
Well, you
with,
put-
like, Evil Dead 2.
Yeah,
Tucker and Dale.
correct.
Right.
That.
Correct. I get
That.
it.
Right.
100%.
And
100%.
they opened it, like they were the first persons to do that. But Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein.
I would love to have seen the Three Stooges. I would love to have seen the Stooges crossover with the horror. Like the Three
top
Stooges
three
meet Dracula.
with the top three.
Yeah,
or,
I think
yeah.
they did. They did some animated ones where they kind of tried to do Scooby Doo
Yeah, but
kind of
that's
thing. Yeah,
stupid.
no, it wasn't the same. Yeah,
No, I'm talking about the Three Stooges.
It would have been funny
That
if the
would've-
Three Stooges met
Wolfman.
the top three, like
That would've-
Frankenstein, Dracula, and Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Like boom, it would have been
well,
hilarious.
and that was another like Universal,
Crossover type
crossover.
thing.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a total crossover.
Yeah.
But that's my number one because it's so funny to me, and it's
Oh, it still
it's
cracks
a
me up,
good
dude.
time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. It's hilarious.
Well, we already talked about my number one.
What's that?
It's The Revenge of the Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Is that your number
That's my
one?
number uno, bro.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's so unique.
I fucking love that movie.
It's so good. It is. It's a dude.
Love it.
It is. I love Revenge, dude. It's
And I do exactly what you said. I get total Jurassic Park vibes from that movie.
oh yeah,
If I watch Jurassic Park makes me think of that movie.
yeah. Revenge is
But with SeaWorld.
right. Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
But with SeaWorld. Instead of Shamu, you've got the creature.
yeah. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Ah man, all these are good. I love all these.
So we did a poll on Twitter of your favorite Universal Studios monster.
Okay.
Surprisingly enough, Frankenstein's monster got 0.
Nobody.
Oh, we're talking about. So this is favorite monster.
This is
On
the
our-
favorite monster.
On our
Okay.
Twitter account, I posted a few days ago, I said, who is your favorite Universal monster? Dracula,
Mummy.
Frankenstein, Mummy, and Wolfman.
Yep.
Frankenstein got zero votes.
The Mummy came in at number 3 at 13%. Wolfman at 38%. And
Creatures
Dracula won at 50%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Background music.
Oh God! I just ran into
Queens of the
porn-
Stone Age.
Right.
I
Yeah,
just
knew it.
I just ran into the porn stash, the newest episode of Cock Razor.
Ooh. Nope. Go ahead.
It's a porn parody called Cock Razor.
No,
It's
no,
horrible.
I'm good.
It's
I'm
the
sure it
stupidest
is.
fucking movie, but it's
The
funny as
mask
shit.
is like 14 sizes too big for his head, and they
Oh,
have
sure.
penises
It
as
was-
the.
I imagine.
It's
I believe.
clearly
Soon
bought
as
at Party
soon,
City.
Soon as you say cock razor, I imagine there was
Okay,
penises
so-
instead of pins.
Everybody shared the poster of We Dive into the Classic Horror.
I'm proud of my
Things-
poster for that.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's
see.
great. It's fantastic.
I made that.
Oh, wonderful!
I made
Yeah.
that.
I love it.
No one commented, but everybody liked it and
Good.
shared it. 20 likes, 14. So there's probably like
Oh.
60,000 likes. So nobody commented, but Dracula took the poll.
Well, I got one for y'all.
Okay.
Kind of a not off topic.
Sure.
Universal Monster remakes.
Ooh.
Yup.
Dracula, Gary Oldman, Bram Stoker.
Even
Yep.
I do. Even though like I do believe it's not technically by Universal, but they took it
It's Dracula.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
So good.
yeah. Again, that's probably a movie that's in my top 10.
Minus?
You've got that, and then you've got Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, which was made by
Yeah.
God, my God, I had his name on the tip of my tongue.
It's
With Helena Bonham Carter and
yes.
Guy.
the guy who played that wizard in Harry Potter 2, the
Oh my god, I hate you for this.
Cornish pixies.
When you say that wizard in Harry Potter, you're going to have to be a lot more specific because that's everybody in
I
Harry
know
Potter.
that one flamboyant wizard, Cornish pixies.
Oh, that douche nozzle.
Oh, he's yeah.
I almost wanted to say the F word,
Right.
fuckface.
No,
You can
Yeah,
say
his
it. It's
character-
our podcast.
no, his-
fuck, fuckity, fuck.
That's
his
fat.
character's very douchey.
No, not that F word.
Oh, boy.
Not that F word.
That fat piece of shit.
There we go.
You didn't let me finish.
Yeah.
Um,
No, but Dracula was absolutely amazing, and I love Keanu Reeves, but he fucking sucked ass.
Oh yeah, him. I mean, again, him and Winona Ryder.
Oh,
brought,
oh.
You had two phenomenal actors, Gary
yeah.
Oldman and Anthony Hopkins, stole it. Then you had
took it.
Yeah, but then you have Keanu. Winona was okay.
Yeah,
It was
she was
okay, but
mediocre.
Mediocre. You know what's another? And it's from Universal, and they tried to make it, and it was.
Oh,
kind
The
of
Mummy with Tom
Brendan-
Cruise.
No,
Brendan
Brendan
Fraser.
Fraser.
Well, and that
That's
was,
still a good one.
that they. Took,
I love the movie and I love Brendan
well,
Fraser.
They took character names from
Yeah.
they and
It is technically a remake.
Technically, yeah, but it was fun. That's a good fun.
I love the Mummy. I love that movie so much.
The Mummy and the Mummy. I like the
Both.
sequel.
Mummy
I like
Returns.
this-
Yeah,
yeah,
I
Mummy
loved
Returns.
it. It's fantastic.
the wrong side of the river.
Hey, McConnell. Looks like I've got all the horses.
Hey,
Benny.
looks like you're on the wrong side of the river.
It's that one's.
I fucking love it.
It would have been funny if Liv Tyler said that in Fellowship.
Oh my god, they need to dub that. They need to dub that.
They
in there.
should. I'm actually in a bunch of Facebook groups that talk about the Mummy, like people who are obsessed with it, and they are hilarious.
Yeah.
The memes and everything they come up with it's fucking great.
Would you
We
guys?
don't have time to listen to you rant about how much you hated the Wolfman remake with.
No, I didn't hate it.
Benicio del Toro.
I did not hate it. I was going to bring that up.
I didn't like it.
I know.
It's just the ending was stupid.
To me, I feel the same way I feel about it, and I've seen that movie. I've seen it enough. I feel the same way I feel about Halloween Kills.
It's a guilty pleasure.
50% of that movie, I absolutely love. Then 50% of it, I'm just like, what is going on?
His transformation when he's in the chair in the straitjacket, that was bad as fuck. I loved it.
It was.
I liked it.
It was dope.
It.
It was dope, but like the thing that pissed me off is you had Rick Baker.
You
had Rick Baker, the horror makeup master, there, and they could have did
the man behind the fucking xenomorph.
right. Well, and I mean American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
You know he did. I mean he could have redid it and made it amazing, but what did they do? CGI.
Yeah.
So that and I think that part of me disappointed me.
I think they did it CGI because there
Time,
was reasons
time.
behind it. That too.
Time.
That could have been one of
Time,
them.
finance, money, but I mean, yeah. Again, I can rant about Wolfman as well, the remake of Wolfman. Now, did you got what was it? Dracula Untold. That's another one.
I don't know if I
Dracula
saw that one.
2000.
Oh my
Oh, I'm Gerard Butler, and I'm gonna fuck this bitch on the ceiling.
I am the butler, and I'm the Dracula. I'm Gerard Butler.
Dracula.
Although when he's walking down the riverbank after the van crash,
Yes.
that filter in
Yeah.
that
That was cool.
creepy.
That was great.
It is
It creeps me the fuck out.
yeah, it's a fun 2000s
And it's Gerard
freaking
Butler.
dementia horror movie.
That was
Plus,
Gerard's.
it's got Hyde in it. Oh wait,
Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Well, he's in it for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, the 2000s were like a really good time for good remakes to bring. Well, I mean, like to
Fun.
bring fun
Yeah.
actors, fun times, fun vibes. But like that was Gerard Butler's peak.
That well,
no,
that,
that was not his peak.
no, that was when
300.
That was also in the
Well,
2000s.
No, that was like
2001,
No,
2002.
no. 2000,
Zack Snyder. No, Zack
that was
Snyder
like
directed
2007.
300
It was like
Oh.
2007 or 8.
Yeah.
Still, it's between 2000 and 2010. Anything
'Cause-
after 10, you suck.
because Zack Snyder did 300, and he did that after Dawn of the Dead in 2004.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Dawn of the Dead was his first like major
Yeah.
directorial debut.
But I've had a great time tonight.
Oh.
Do you
Yeah.
have something else to say?
Oh,
Shut
no,
the fuck up. So
exactly,
that's gonna do it for this.
No, 100%. He's right. I can talk about Universal Monsters movies. I mean, I still haven't covered The Mummy. I haven't covered any of the sequels.
We could
I
do
love
that
them all.
at another day.
I love them
we
all.
could do that next year.
Yeah.
Next year for Happy Hour-ween.
Happy Hour-ween 2, Electric Boogaloo.
But thank you guys for having me on. I had a good time.
No, of course.
Talking about a subject that I absolutely love.
Of course. It always makes it fun when
It's
you
all
can
for
talk
you,
about
Damien.
something.
Wait a minute. That's not a Universal Monster movie.
Gatekeeping.
My acne cream. Gross.
Gross.
Creep out your sister.
Well, real quick before we close, did you guys see the
No.
Invisible Man remake?
The what?
The Invisible Man remake, the one that
Yes. No, I
yes,
have not.
the Bloomhouse one.
I have not
I liked
watched
it.
it.
Was
I
it?
have
I haven't
not
seen
watched it.
It's okay. I liked it. Okay, I didn't
Okay.
love it. You two have never seen it, so I don't want to ruin it.
Okay,
But
I'll
they
watch it.
show how the Invisible Man is invisible, and it's kind of fucking stupid.
Okay.
I'm
I-
gonna
I-
inject a serum into
need-
myself.
I need to watch it.
Hollow Man, however, with
Mm.
Kevin Bacon, is fucking awesome.
Okay,
Okay.
I've never seen that either. So.
You've never seen Hollow Man with Kevin
it's kind
Bacon?
of like
I know, early 2000.
it's kind of like a stepchild of Invisible Man.
I'm just gonna see it. I need to see. For me, I'm one of those. It's like, you know what? If I want to watch something Universal Monsters, I'm gonna go back to the OGs.
The originals. Let's go. OG.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know.
Gangsta.
The Universal remakes aren't as good as the slasher remakes, like the Friday the 13th remake from 2009, the
Right.
Texas Chainsaw from 2003,
Mhm.
those.
But
Yeah.
we'll get into that.
Yeah, it's another.
And
Two
fuck all of you
episodes.
because the Nightmare on Elm Street remake was fucking dope.
It was okay. That's for 2 episodes from now. But next week, you guys can tune in when we dive into.
Found footage.
I'm so excited about found footage. Oh my god!
I will not be here, but
We know. We don't care.
Unless you want to.
I've probably got a show or something.
Oh,
going
probably.
On.
So,
but I will,
do you wanna-
I will say this though, Troll Hunter. Watch it before that.
Okay.
Watch Troll
Yeah.
Hunter.
It's
That's-
going
that's a
down.
found footage.
That is
That's a
actually
great
down.
found footage
Yep.
movie. That's probably my favorite found footage movie.
My favorite one, spoiler
no,
alert.
We'll go.
Oh.
We'll
yeah,
we'll do
you
it next week.
You can edit this out.
You're the one who's at. Oh yeah, it is my edit.
The Phoenix Incident.
Never seen it.
So good. It's
Gotta watch it.
It's a UFO
Okay.
one.
But anyway, Jayce, do you want to plug what you're doing, your bands, your shows, what's going on? Let's
I can.
go.
I mean, real quick. I got She. Look up She Louisville SHI. That's my Doom band. We're playing a show tomorrow. Can't remember the name of the venue off the top of my head. It's a brand new venue.
Probably Magbar.
No. That's no. But if you guys are interested, my band She and my other band Stonecutters, True Stonecutters, are playing at Magbar on New Year's Eve with Redivider and Baptize. It is a She Buddies band thing going on where some of our band members are in other bands, and we're just kind of getting together, having a good time, drinking some beers, and for the New Year's.
Anything new with Crown of Serpents?
No, it's so I would say we're on a hiatus. I've got to.
Jesus Christ.
I know I got to get the pedal to the metal on writing material. I've got songs. I got about 5 songs going on, but it's gonna happen. We're gonna do an album release. That's the goal.
Sounds good. You can also find She on Spotify.
Yeah, She. If you look, and it's don't look up She SHI. Look up.
We will actually throw it in the show notes
Okay,
on
yeah.
where to find it.
Yeah.
Because I'm following She on Spotify, so I can just copy and paste the link.
Yep,
Perfect.
it'll go on the show notes. So if
Perfect.
you want to listen, hit our show notes.
Perfect. Yeah, or just look up Basement Wizard or Depressive Suicidal Stoner Doom. But that's the name of our first album. But yeah, I would just look up Basement Wizard. There's no band called that. Well, I think we're the only thing called that.
There we go.
Basement Wizard. You'll find the album.
King
Enjoy.
Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, they're rad.
That's a great fucking Power Rangers looking ass band.
Yeah, that's a great Power Ranger monster for sure. But well, again, guys, thank you for having me on.
Of course.
100%.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for coming on the show
No problem.
and talking with us about Universal monster movies.
And as always, if you want to follow us and check out all of our dumb shit, you can go to linktr.ee/Happy Hour Podcast 3. There you can find all of our socials, our merch store, Last Call merch, buy some shit. And you can check out all of our content. And also,
Don't forget about Unfortunate Whores.
Thank you. I couldn't say. I don't know why. My brain was like, no, don't say it.
So I, along with Lisa from Designated Quizzers, and Jen from What I Had Heard Was, create the amazing funny trio of Unfortunate Horrors. You cannot forget about
you
our
can.
No, you cannot forget about Pollyanna Amazing from Buried Pleasures,
Nah.
who is also a guest whenever one of us can't be there, and the female stuff.
Go females.
Girl shit.
Girl power.
Girls, ew, cooties, gross,
Tampons. Bloody tampons.
tampons and boobs.
Bubes. But no, thank you guys so much for listening in. Thank you for joining. Leave us comments, anything that you want to, and
Hit us with a 5-star rating on Good Pods. We need to get back up there.
Jesus Christ. Fuck.
And don't just do a 5-star. Let us know what you think. Reviews are helpful.
Absolutely.
Gives concerns. I love concerns.
If you hate us, then put your stupid wrong opinion. If you like it, we thank you and we love you.
Roast
and we'll
them.
send you a
Of
free T-shirt.
Roast these guys. Roast
Says
them.
you.
No.
No, you can buy your own shirt.
Yeah, you want something? Buy it.
Buy the merch.
Buy the merch.
Give us your money, you
goes
pecker
towards
face.
goes towards alcohol.
It really does. Because that's what fuels Happy Hour Podcast.
Yes. Oh, also in our link tree, you can check out our sponsor's website, BoskyCoffeeRoasters.com.
Which you heard the sponsor about 45 minutes ago.
Give or take.
Man, Pumpkin Festival is my favorite.
Pumpkins. It's October.
It is October. Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Hour-ween.
That is going to do it for this episode. Tune in again next week when we cover
Found footage.
Always check your candy. Always wear a costume. And never, ever blow out your jack-o'-lanterns before Halloween is over. Good night.